Hey y'all, welcome back to Made It Out. Today's episode is with someone we all know and love from The Bachelor, Bachelor in Paradise, her new show, Gotta Get Out. It's Demi Burnett. She came into our house like a force. She's absolutely hilarious. This episode was so fun to film. We talk about her time on The Bachelor. We talk about porn, something that stands out to me. We talk about her late in life autism diagnosis and the tools that she's gotten since that have really helped her out in life. This episode is an absolute treat. Enjoy. Oh, he's eating her feather. Alex is eating her feather. I went to visit a friend this weekend and I ended up helping them with a lot of things around their house that they hadn't gotten to yet. And it was hot and the days were so long, but Dipsea audio app was the perfect companion. Dipsea is the audio app that lets you immerse yourself into spicy, sexy stories that transport you to your wildest fantasies. Right now, listeners of our show can get an extended 30-day free trial. Just go to dipseastories.com/made to start your free trial. That's DIPSEA stories.com/made for 30 days of full access for free. Visit DIPSEA stories.com/made. Thank you for being here. Oh, I'm so excited to talk to you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. We obviously all know you from The Bachelor, Bachelor in Paradise, the current show you're on, Gotta Get Out.
Yeah, you got it.
Yes, we just finished watching it last night. It's a great show. Everybody watch.
It's really cute. It's funny.
But I want to talk about your autism and your queerness and how they intersect. And to do that, can we talk about kind of your early life and your early childhood and what you were like and maybe some of the signs now that you look back on?
Yeah. Well, if we go back to very early signs, when I was a baby, I don't remember this obviously, but during my autism diagnosis, I had to get these questions answered by my mom and my dad. It was things about me under the age of 3. And it was not being afraid of strangers. When I was under the age of 3, I didn't recognize the difference, I guess, between a stranger and a familiar person. I just didn't cry with strangers. I didn't really cry a lot though at all. I was very submissive. It's just looking back, very obedient, very fawning behavior. I just did exactly what I was supposed to because I didn't want to get in trouble. And I started talking after 18 months, which is you're supposed to talk before 18 months. And after 18 months could be considered a delay. But what's interesting is I started speaking in sentences. My mom, I think she says I don't know, your first word was probably dada, but you just started speaking in sentences.
Wow.
So that's all just very a common experience. And then there was other weird things, I don't know, weird things, pooping in the bathtub, stuff like that, weird things.
Yeah.
That are with PDA autism, which is pathological demand avoidance. And just sometimes you can have issues with toileting. I had I had strep throat, but on my butthole because I didn't wipe good enough when I was a kid. Because I just was I was over it. I don't know. I was gross. Not gross. Not gross, but I just avoided hygiene and things, especially when my stepmom and my dad divorced when I was 11.
Okay.
Because then I was a prepubescent woman who was not hygienic, not wearing deodorant, not washing it in between my cracks, It was gross. This is not going how I wanted. This is not what we're supposed to. What the fuck? You set me up.
So sorry. Hold on. Let's backtrack.
Fuck. Okay.
Were there certain situations or certain moments that felt really isolating to you?
I just had a hard time with people misunderstanding my intentions. And thinking that I was trying to when I moved to Texas, this was scary. They were scary people. They were scary white trash people trying to fight me. Okay, trying to fight me left or right. And I'm I'm 12. I'm 12. Stop trying to beat me up. What do you mean you're gonna beat me up? And
wait, okay, hold on, backtrack. Yeah. Where were you coming from? And
Virginia.
You were coming from Virginia. Okay, and so just culturally, it felt.
I don't know if just in Virginia, I just felt so safe. I don't know. And then when I moved to Texas, it was just a lot of violence. I don't know. And a lot of just people trying to beat me up and stuff over weird things. But then I remember that I don't even know where this person got this, how, I don't know. But someone started a rumor that I was gay. And I felt very alone during those times. Yeah, I did. Nobody wanted to be my friend. Except for the girls that were gay. But I think that they maybe made that up because I was friends with the two girls that were kissing. Because they were my two friends. I was like, well, they're hot. they look great. What are you talking about? Why is anybody mad? Two hot girls are kissing? Thought we would eat this shit up. And now nobody wants to talk to me for orchestrating it? Sorry. Sorry.
Wait, okay, so did you have an inkling that you might be gay?
No, because, yeah, it was forbidden. That was forbidden.
Yeah.
I grew up in a very Southern Baptist house. Like, that was not an option. But when I was younger, I had gone to Demi.com because why not? That's my name. Massive porn site. just girls on girls everywhere, titties everywhere. And I remember being very intrigued.
Yeah.
And then I would chat. I would chat online with people and talk. I don't know if they were really lesbian women, but I would talk dirty with them. Oh, no. I would talk dirty with lesbians in chat rooms. And on like Habbo Hotel. I know, I would have them doing weird things to me sometimes. I remember this one, oh no, she was wild. She was like asterisk whips, asterisk, like she was whipping me and stuff. Yeah, it was sicko. Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, but I feel like we all did stuff like that when we were.
It makes me feel better because I feel.
No, don't feel bad.
I haven't even told my therapist about some of this.
It's this couch. It just draws it out of you.
It's good lighting, you know. I just feel happy to be here.
I used to go on Craigslist looking for girls. Like,
what do you mean? They're on Craigslist?
Yeah, they were on Craigslist.
Do they have sex with you for money?
No, this was like pre-dating apps. We didn't have dating apps, so it's like I didn't know.
On Craigslist.
Well, yeah, because like I didn't know. I was trying to figure out my sexuality, and I was like, I don't know where to turn. So I would go on like Women Seeking Women on Craigslist.
That is so funny. Did you ever find their-
Yes, I actually, okay, weirdly enough, I found this girl. She claimed to be Demi Lovato's cousin. I swear.
What was her name?
And I could not remember for the life of me, but I kind of believe it because Demi and her cousin or something grew up literally right down the street from me in Texas because she grew up in Texas too. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of like, okay, their family is from like, she could be, I don't know, but she claimed to be. So my first lesbian situation might have been with Demi Lovato's cousin. If you're out there, let me know.
I cannot believe it. It's too much.
I know.
Too much Demi. It's too much Demi.
A lot of Demi.
Literally, yeah. That was crazy as a kid figuring that out. But yeah, but once I convinced everyone that I was not gay. I was like, okay. No way, I'm not gay. And then proceeded to cycle like 2 week, like I would have a 2 week cycle of where I would talk to a guy and then the thought of him disgusted me. Yeah. Like I would ghost him, but we went to the same school, so I would hide from him, you know? I would start walking different ways in the hallway. They called me Heartbreak Demi because I was a virgin until I was 18, so I wasn't having sex with anybody. I was just I wanted to flirt in the hallways because I couldn't even hang out with him. My dad wouldn't let me. Yeah. So I just wanted guys to flirt in the hallway with, you know, and hold hands and like live out this little fantasy. And then I would just get utterly disgusted with them. The poor things.
Yeah. And then what would you do? You'd be back on Demi.com.
Probably.
Yeah.
Then once I started diddling my skittle, it was over.
Yeah. Truly. Because I used to do that too. I would be like in full relationships with guys. Who cares if I ever fuck them? But I would be masturbating to Demi.com.
Literally. There's just something about it, you know?
Yeah.
Lesbo porn got me through some dark times.
Yeah, same.
And it helped raise me, you know?
Literally,
lesbian
I've
porn?
never heard it said like that, but yes.
It did.
I resonate with that.
Oh my God.
Okay, but then, so what led you to Bachelor? Like, how did that all kind of happen?
I was working at Pottery Barn, and I don't know. One of my coworkers, I miss her, Sandy. Shout out, Sandy. She'll never listen to this, I don't think, but she might. She's like 75 years old. She might.
If she's questioning anything, she might.
Yeah. Hey, she might still be single, actually.
There you go.
Sandy, I would date you. Actually, I would. Mm-hmm. Come on. But Sandy is wonderful. She told me, she was like, you should go on The Bachelor. And then she was like, well, you should do it when you're 25, because I was 23 at the time. And I was like, you're right. But I guess, like, I don't know, I used to get wine drunk and watch it with my friend. And so at some point, I guess I applied. And then they called me, though, when I was at work at Pottery Barn. And I, like, saw on my phone, I was getting a call from 818. And it was Los Angeles. And I said, oh, fuck this place. And I stepped outside and I answered the call. But I walked back in and I was like, oh my God, that was The Bachelor. And yeah, then it just like started from there. And then I was like, I'm going to get on the show. And I don't know, just like I've watched so much reality TV, like it's just subconsciously, I know how to be, like I know how to make good TV. And also I have so much fun doing it.
Okay, so just from like understandings and possible misconceptions of what I have of autism, that seems like it could be a really scary
No, that's what everyone thinks.
Okay, yeah. So can you explain to me?
Yes, it's very easy to explain. So when you go on reality TV, you are a fucking princess. Like, I literally have never had more support in my life. Like, in the world, I'm on my own. No one gets me anything. No one. If I have a problem, I have to solve it. Okay, I'm alone. On The Bachelor, I say I'm hot. Someone comes running in with a fan. Okay, that is literally support. More neurodivergent people would thrive on reality shows. 100%. You literally have a handler. You have a AKA like support designated to you, and they're never mean to you. All they're doing is like validating you constantly, being nice and people pleasing you. They're perfect.
True.
It's literally amazing. I loved it there.
Okay, so but what about like the social situations and with the other people? Because that seems like a lot of people all the time and a lot of drama.
That's why I had to drink. That's why, not had to, but that's why I did drink.
Got it.
Because I don't know how I would have done without it then. Like now I would be fine. But then I don't think that I would have been the same Demi without alcohol, because I would have been so afraid of the other people's reactions and things of like what I was doing or saying, or like I would be thinking, their feedback would let me know like I'm doing it wrong and I need to like change in what I'm doing. Whereas since I was drinking, I didn't care any feedback. I was like, it doesn't matter. Everyone loves me. Sure, whatever. I don't care. Like, I just didn't really pay any mind to it. I was able to, like, that anxiety, I could just drink that off.
So do you feel like you were more yourself then?
In ways, yes. In other ways, no. Like, I think I was maybe myself at that time in my life. Like, back then, when I used to drink, I was a horn dog. Yeah, I really would. I would have sex with anything. Who knows? It doesn't matter to me. Just want to get off. So, yeah, like I think it would be that myself at that time to be like overtly like sexual and stuff. But like now, not drinking, like I'm a prude. You know, like I'm like, good God, I can't believe I was even like talking about that. Like, you know, it's just like, it's just so funny. Because I was like this before I drank, and now I'm back into being a prude, which I'm not if I'm like with someone, but I don't want to be with anyone who's getting with a bunch of other people. Yeah. I just don't. Like, I want someone to just be worried about me. Like, we don't even have to date that long. Like, we could just date me for a second. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, you just want the attention on you.
Why do you need to date 4 people at one time? Why can't you date 1, then 2, then 3, then 4?
I agree with
this.
this.
All 4 at once?
I agree with this. I was not ever one of those people that dated a bunch of people at one time. I couldn't manage it. I didn't like it.
No, because like there is toxica inside of me. I'm toxic. And I do like that whenever I like someone, I really am like crazy about them. And I do want to control that. But I want you to be controlling that too. Yeah. You know, I'm over here thinking we're both controlling ourselves by not texting each other nonstop. But really, you're just with other people. You're eating other puss. Like, what? What? Yes. I thought we were both growing in a slow, steady pace together. Oh, that's not what's happening? Okay. I hate it. It's happened to me twice. Like, what the fuck? 2 times now I've been like, this is great. They're moving at a great pace. They're not annoying me because they're not blowing me up all the time. Oh, no. Yeah, because they're dating other people, Demi.
Oh, no.
It was obvious. All the signs were there. Yeah. I was trying to, like, put myself in their shoes, and I was like, yeah, well, you know, like, look at me. I'm not texting them because I'm trying to hold back. They're probably trying to do the same thing. And I would just assume that. The best. Optimist.
Yeah. I mean, now I feel like if you're putting that energy out there, you'll attract that back. If you're getting rid of all of the people that are kind of fucking around with you.
Yeah, stop fucking around with me. Like, don't put me on the fucking roster. What? Bitch, I'm not on the roster. I'm the headliner. I'm the headliner, okay? The fuck? I'm sorry. It's just like I want that. I want that right now.
Yeah.
I was on The Bachelor. Like, come on. Don't do that to me again.
Yes.
Don't do that to me
So
again.
true.
What the fuck?
Like, I'm over it. I've done this.
Literally, like, I'm not fighting for someone's love. I'm not. No, like, I will once you've fought for mine. Once you have fought on your hands and knees for me, then I will get down there with you.
Yeah.
And I'll pick you up, you know? Like, but you gotta do all that for me first.
Yeah, I agree. I like that. I like the standards.
Well, they're a little too high. Yeah, haven't been on a date in a while.
Don't say that. Don't say that. We're going to make it happen.
I'm really happy alone too, though. Like, so it's okay. Yeah. Like, I vibe with my standards being high because, like, I'm actually, I can't wait to go home so I can play Fortnite with my friends. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I'm waiting for.
And when I called you, you were playing Fortnite.
I can't stop. I told you. I literally can't fucking stop. I got the Ariana Grande skin last night.
I don't even think I know what that is.
Yeah, well, it's her skin. It's her flesh. It's not her flesh.
I went home to visit a friend this weekend and I ended up helping them with a lot of things around their house. And it's Texas, so it was hot and the days were very long, but Dipsea audio app was the perfect companion. Dipsea is the audio app that lets you immerse yourself in these spicy, sexy stories that transport you to your wildest fantasies. Dipsea is the female-founded app for spicy audiobooks and more. And it's created through the female lens for the female gaze, and they have plenty of lesbian stories for you to choose from. Also, new chapters are released every single week, so you'll always find something. Right now, listeners of our show can get an extended 30-day free trial. Just go to dipseastories.com/made to start your free trial. That's DIPSEA stories.com/made for 30 days of full access for free. Visit DIPSEA stories.com/made. Do you look back on The Bachelor as a whole, as a positive experience and something that helped you in your journey?
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
I think of it as the best experience of my life. Absolutely. It was the most fun I've ever had. And like I said, like that support and like just having people, like no one scolding you, you know, like I'm at work, you know, and growing up, like, so I hate being scolded at, and like, it's just like an inevitable part of life kind of sometimes. Yeah. But in the Bachelor world, no one was going to scold at me for anything. Like, it was awesome. I was so safe.
Yeah.
And the only thing that I wasn't safe with was my longevity and how long I could keep this man interested in me. This gay man interested in me.
Interesting.
So that part ate me alive. Like, that's a lot of my anxiety, was like making sure that I could keep my position there, because I did not want to go home, because this was the best place I'd ever been. I never had luxury before, and we were in the penthouses. I never left the States except for on a cruise to Mexico, and we were in Singapore, Thailand, Vietnam. I was like, please, I do not want to go home, but I had so much anxiety about how am I going to secure my position. So I would like have a producer, like, we would come up with something like special to do with Colton every time to like stand out or something. But every time I would get done, I'd be like, that man does not like me. I know he doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, I just know it. And they're like, yes, he does. Yes, he does. So now they're brainwashing us all into thinking that this guy likes us.
Oh, God.
And then, yeah, I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they did.
Yeah, because you wanted to be there.
Yeah. It's like another thing, like, they do validate you no matter what happens. So you get into a fight with someone, they're going to validate your feelings, even if you might be in the wrong. But still, like, having that kind of support is nice. So, like, you in the real world, you get into a fight with somebody, sometimes you have to go off by yourself and think, oh, my God, I probably shouldn't have done that. I probably said something wrong. Like, that was me. That was my fault. Whereas here, you get into a fight and they're like, wow, what a bitch, you know?
Right.
So it's different.
I'm curious if you feel like this experience at The Bachelor opened you up to other parts of yourself.
1,000,000%, because it was okay to be any of those parts, you know? So like whatever might have been obnoxious or inappropriate, like shouldn't say, became hilarious and do it again, please. Like, you know, and like we love you. We think you're so cool.
Yeah.
So it was amazing. It was life changing. It really was, because it told me it's okay to be this way. Like it is okay to be maybe the one that stands out in the group, but not in the good way. Like, you know, I kind of was like isolated on The Bachelor a little bit because the girls didn't like me, but I did not really notice at the time because I was drinking so much. And I remember noticing it, but just being like, no, like telling myself, we're not going to think that. We're not going to think they're talking about us. I remember one morning they were talking about me because a couple girls told me that they were talking about how much I drank the night before. And I was shit-faced. I was passed out on the couch waiting for the rose ceremony because they're taking hours.
Yeah.
And they had to hook me up with shots in order to get me to go talk to Colton about some girl, because I was like, I'm not doing that. And they were like, would 2 tequila shots help? And I'm like, let's do it. Bottoms up. What'd you want me to say again? And so the next morning, I remember, or the girls told me that they were talking about that. And I don't know why I had to do this, but I was like, okay, bet. So then I acted like I was miserably hungover, but I was not going to let anybody know.
Yeah, of course.
Oh my God. So I was literally like, it was like my brain decided that it was more important to make sure we didn't look hungover than to actually experience a hangover. And that's how I felt. Like I didn't even feel the hangover anymore because I was faking it so much. Like I remember the alcohol, like the person who monitors the alcohol, she came into the bathroom to like check on me that morning, and I was like getting ready. And she was like, how you feeling, sweetie? And I was like, I'm fine. What do you mean? And she was like, you're fine? I was like, yeah, what are you talking about? And I'm like doing my hair. I'm like, best acting I've ever done in my life. For what? Why? But, and she was like, well, okay. And then I was like, all right, fuck. Everybody thinks I'm about to walk in here so hungover. So I go into the room where everyone's at, and I go, good morning, everybody. There's a producer who's like standing with his legs open. I literally crawl in between his legs, jump up. And I remember looking at the girl who was rumored to be talking about me in her face, and she's like, what the fuck? And she comes up to me and she goes, I would have been dead today if I was you. And I was like, I don't know what you mean. Blah, blah, blah. Just faked the whole thing and acted like I wasn't dying. But I was dying inside.
Honestly, kind of a risky move, because they could have been like, damn, she can drink that much and then wake up the next morning fine.
Yeah, respect. Be like, the fuck? It's my German DNA. I don't know. Mazel tov. Do they say that? I don't know in German, but I don't know if we say that. It's not us. It's not us.
Like,
Mazel tov,
no.
not us. I think that's actually Jewish.
I'm also German. I don't think we say that.
All right. Well, sorry about that one. I'm stuck.
That's okay.
I'm stuck on Mazel tov.
Yeah, that's fair.
I want to leave. I want to leave Mazel tov, but I don't know how.
Let's depart. So what, after The Bachelor, was when you came out with, well, actually, on Bachelor in Paradise, you were one of the first queer relationships to come out of that.
Yes.
The first.
The first. I was in America.
The first.
In America. They had some gay shit going on in Vietnam. They did.
How did you decide to really like put that out there? And
honestly, like I think it was a way to subconsciously protect myself from my very conservative family. Like,
interesting.
I like being into women is such a big part of my life because like, I mean, it just is. I love it, man. It's so different than like men, and like it's just I don't know, but it's like it's something that I knew wasn't gonna go away. Like it wasn't just a phase. It was something that I wanted to be known like that I am, but I was really scared of how all of my family would perceive that because that's unacceptable where I grew up. Yeah. Like my granny cried and sobbed. Why did you do that on TV, Demi? I was watching that with my church group. Why? The fuck? What does that have to do with the Lord? But anyway, I was like, if I do it this way, then what are they going to do about it? Like, they can't, I don't know. They won't be able to shame me out of it. Like, there's so many other gay people right now, like, especially, like, out and proud. And there's such a beautiful community that, like, I don't think that, like, I don't think I'm going to get shamed for it. I think that people would just appreciate it and relate to it. And I think that if they could see that and see that I wouldn't be vilified and shamed and people wouldn't be disgusted by me for it, then they could accept it too. And it worked. I mean, I think that maybe they might have been scared to go against it because there are so many people that support it. But either way, they don't treat me differently. Like, they don't talk to, well, Granny's a different story, but ask me when the last time I've seen her is, you know? Aww. Like, yeah. I definitely, like, don't have a good relationship with, like, my family right now, but I think it's just because I'm so scared of being scolded, of, like, being in trouble, just being, like, guilt tripped. I don't know, a lot. Yeah, but when there was so much support online, I think it made it so much better for me because it made them, like, my family, not able to say anything. I don't know. Yeah.
It's interesting. It's like an interesting way to think about it or go about it because I feel like most people would be so... Well, no.
It's like I manipulated, but I didn't mean to. Like, but like I manipulated it to protect myself, like, and to be able to get what I wanted, which is ultimately I want to come out, but, like, orchestrate it to where, like, oh, well, my family will find out, like, this way, and then there will be support. So then they're not gonna come after me because there'll be too much support. Like, right. I didn't think these steps out like that, but it's like subconsciously that's probably that's what happened. That's what's my brain knows will happen. Like, it knows this pattern will happen without me having to, like, plan out the steps. You know what I mean? Or, like, think, like, okay, so if I come out on The Bachelor in Paradise... That was insane. Why'd I do that? No, it really did. It really worked, though. Like,
I mean, it worked.
My family did not, like, I did not get in trouble or whatever. I was accepted for my gayness.
Did you have to kind of fight the producers to do that? Did you have to, or they were, like, totally welcoming of that?
No, they were, like, very, like, mysterious about it all. Like, not telling me, like, what if Christian was going to come or not, you know? Like, they were making me, like, sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was sick.
Oh.
And then I got the poor ick from Derek, poor guy. He was so sweet. Such a sweetie.
But then she showed up.
Yeah.
So they
no, I was literally like, hurry up. She coming or not? Because I gotta get him. I got out of here. I can't watch this guy eat another chip with guacamole. I can't watch him eat guacamole for one more second. And that's, like, so stupid of me. It's so shallow and dumb. And, like, why do I get fixated like that?
Honestly, though, with men, I'm kind of the same way. Huh? With men, I'm the same way.
Literally the same way.
Like, ew.
The same way.
Anything they do.
Everything they do is just really gross.
Yeah.
I want to be the gross one. Yeah. I want to be the grossest thing, okay? Yeah. I've got enough grossness that could possibly happen over here.
Okay, so how long after The Bachelor, or what actually, scratch that, what led you to want to be tested for autism? Like, was there a catalyst? Was something going on?
I stopped drinking alcohol.
Why?
Because I had a problem.
Well, who told you that?
I knew it. Oh my God. Yeah, no, I knew it. I've been telling people, they didn't believe me. Like, people didn't take it as seriously as it was. But my friend Natasha, she's from The Bachelor, Peter season. She was staying the night with me one night. And again, another manipulative, subconscious thing that I did. I think that I knew that she would take care of me and she would be safe because, like, I remember waking up the next morning, hangovers fucking hitting me hard. And I turned to her and I'm like, hey, I have to tell you something. I'm a super bad alcoholic. Like, I drink so badly and I get really sick if I don't drink, but I really don't want to drink anymore. So I'm not going to drink anymore today. But can you just make sure I don't die? And she took care of me and made sure, like, whenever I started to have seizures, she took me to the hospital or called the ambulance and I went to the hospital. Yeah, I was in the hospital for like 3 days.
So you were having seizures that were alcohol induced?
Alcohol withdrawal.
Holy shit. So you kind of just stopped.
Oh, I did. Yes. I just stopped because I had someone, the reason I got into such a bad place with alcohol was because like Hair the dog, because like I hated hangovers. Like I hated them. I would have really bad anxiety. Everyone gets it. I know. But, that anxiety just would eat me alive, and then I would be by myself. And if I'm by myself with the hangover, I would drink because I could get rid of it.
Shit.
And then I just got into a cycle where like I was so sick without alcohol, so I would just drink to not be sick. Like I would have to wake up and drink, and I did not want to do it anymore. And I felt like shit. I felt like I was dying. Like I felt like my body was fucking shutting down. And so I just needed someone to be there for me, I guess, which I did. And I subconsciously knew because I got Natasha there, and I just made her take care of me.
Shit. Okay, so then you end up in the hospital, and after that, you just never picked up drinking again?
Correct.
Wow.
So, like, after 6 months of me not drinking, I was like, that was way too easy. I was like, I think that I should be having a lot more, like, struggles with this. Like, why is it so easy for me to say I don't drink? And that's it. And also, I was having issues with friends again because I didn't have them as much when I drank because I could sometimes have issues with friends with the drunk situation. But most of the time, I was easy breezy going, you know? But when I'm not drinking, I'm not easy breezy going. I'm buzzkill.
In what way?
When I play Fortnite, like, I am very controlling over, like, who gets things. But, like, only the things that I like, or like heels or something. Like I could just be controlling as fuck.
Okay.
But also not like I'm trying to fight myself on the controlling. So then I'm miserable, and it's just, yeah, I'm a pain in the ass.
Meaning like you're trying to tell yourself don't be controlling.
Yes.
So then your experience is sucking because you're having
I'm fighting demons in my head.
Yeah.
So the way that not drinking was so easy, and then the way that I would say something and then like to a friend or something, and then it would be taken a way that I didn't mean it. And it just happened so much that I was like, what am I doing? Like, how like all these people can't be misunderstanding me. Like it has to be me. Like I have to be the one, the common denominator. And so I started just Googling stuff about like, I don't even remember how it started. I was Googling stuff about like, maybe about how it was easy for me to stop drinking and how I haven't thought about it because I have like this rule that I don't drink. And then that led me into autism with being rule bound. And like that was a way I hadn't thought about being rule bound before. Like I'm rule bound in weird ways. Like I walk on the sidewalks and like I won't step in the grass because I'm like, no, they made the sidewalk. So we walk on the sidewalk. Like it's the rule of the sidewalk. You know, it's like weird rules like that I follow. So like this I don't drink rule, I'm just like extremely rule bound to it without even like trying. It's like effortless. I don't want to drink though, mainly because like I know that I'll get sick. And
right.
I never want to be sick like that again. Oh my God, I was so sick.
It's so interesting. I've never heard of that, like rule bound autism. Is that a specific type, or is that just like a symptom of autism in general?
It's just like a trait, a characteristic. It's just, or it can be, or it can't be. Like autism spectrum is like, there's so many different kinds of traits and experiences and like different like levels or like different support needs for each different thing and stuff like that. But also like, I am not a professional, so I don't know how to say it all the right way. Or like, I don't know all the 100% the correct information. Like, I've done so much research, so like, I don't know exactly what's what anymore. It's all kind of blended into my understanding of it, if that makes sense.
Just your experience of.
Yeah. And my understanding of like all of this research and stuff that I've done. But yeah, being rule bound. A lot of autistic people have rules like they only drink out of a certain cup. Or something like that.
Interesting.
That's stereotypical rule bound.
Got it.
That's stereotypical rule bound. Whereas my rule bound is like unspoken rules. Like I have to do what things are intended for.
That's interesting. Maybe it has nothing to do with, but just interesting how you say like in your past you were so scared of being scolded and like, you know, scared of breaking rules.
So there's so much overlap of like CPTSD and autism symptoms.
And what is CTPSD?
complex post-traumatic stress disorder.
Got it. Okay.
So I think, yeah. But the two, like late diagnosed autism and CPTSD, they go hand in hand. Especially, actually, autism and CPTSD go hand in hand. So there's so much overlapping that, like, a lot of the time, I know some people, like, specifically, like, they want to figure out, like, if it is autism or if it is, like, PTSD. Mm-hmm. And they're just so similar that I think it's going to come down to, like, your earliest, like, being under the age of 3, like, those things, like, those developmental delays that you could have had or that someone could have had, like the ones that I had, those are the ones that ultimately get me the diagnosis is what other people are saying, not what I'm saying, you know, like what other people are saying.
I see. Like from what your mom, dad, and your grandma said.
And they had a session with my best friend without me and she definitely didn't think I was autistic. So she went in there trying to make me sound as normal as possible. And they came out saying, oh yeah, she's autistic. Oh yeah, duh. So, that's funny. And that's why I wanted her to do it. Because I was like, I know she's going to, this way I can get the most validation to myself. Because I thought it, but I didn't believe it. You know, I was like, no, I doubted myself. Because when I was 18, I totally forgot about this, like at the time until I remembered. When I was 18, before I started heavily drinking in college, I thought I might be autistic because I had like this big falling out with my friends, and I somehow got into Googling research about it and went like the same rabbit hole that I went down, except for minus the drinking. And I remember telling people about it and like my parents, and they were like, absolutely not. Like, no, you are not. And so then I just forgot that thought. Like I just drank that away, whatever. So then whenever I thought it again, I thought that it was like I was in the Matrix. Like, I don't even know. It was just like, oh my God, this is so meta. It's just happening again. Like, oh my God, I just remembered like that I had thought this before in college. And so then I was sick, and then I texted my aunt and I was like, I need to ask you something or tell you something. Like, I think I might be autistic. And she said, I think I might be too. And I said, oh, thank God.
Wow.
And I have a cousin who's autistic. So like, it's like, yeah, okay, it's everywhere. But CPTSD, it does look a lot like it. They're so common together. It's like, it's less like the important thing isn't figuring out like exactly what it is. It's what tools can you use to help you right now? Are the tools for autistic people going to help you in the world? Yes, then use them. Then you're autistic, or you can say it or not or whatever, but like just focus on whatever's going to help you get through this world and like have a happier, more independent life. It's like less important on pinning that down and more important about like what's going to help you move forward.
That is so interesting. It makes so much sense. And just one note, like I've had a lot of people come and sit on this couch and tell me that they've had the same experience with being gay. Like someone would say, I think I'm gay. And they would say, no, you're not gay. You know what I mean? So it's like this denial of somebody's like, when they're trying to tell you who they are or say like, hey, I might be this thing.
Yeah.
It's like the best thing you could do for that person is to validate that.
Absolutely.
And like go down the line with them, because if not, all they did was like postpone the care that you needed or the language that you needed or whatever.
Exactly. The what you needed. And it also makes you feel inferior because they're talking to you like you wouldn't know better, like you couldn't possibly know. So it's like it makes you feel less than.
Yeah, like you don't know yourself.
Yeah,
but they do.
Yeah, you know better. You know better than me. Like I don't do well with that.
Yeah,
not at all.
So when you went and got your diagnosis, what are the tools that they gave you that have really changed your life and helped you?
Well, there's not a lot of stuff, but there is a lot of stuff because of the online community. Like the main thing that I got was so much validation, lots of resources, lots of like books and stuff to read, like this book called Aspergirls, which I know we don't have Asperger's anymore, which is really funny because in England they call it Asperger's. And I talked to this guy who has it, and it was years ago, and he was like, it's so funny, you guys call it Asperger's. Asperger's. I was like, yeah, I don't know why we call that. Asperger's. So anyway, Aspergirls. It's an amazing book, and reading that book is so validating because it talks about so many experiences that you've never even thought about. But then when she says them, you're like, oh my God. Like, you know, it's like I remember one of them is about like, when I was a kid, I would always press my hands. I would rub my eyes so I could see all the shapes. And like I would sit there for long periods of times and like just staring into these shapes that I was making out of the darkness.
Yeah.
And it talks about like that experience. And I was like, oh my God, I forgot about that.
Aww.
Like I used to do that for so long and like just looking into the nothingness, but making shapes out of it. I don't know how to explain it. So yeah. And then there's lots of, She sent me like just so much good stuff to read and validation and stuff. And also like for PDA autism, like she sent me like PDA affirming therapists.
And what is PDA?
It stands for pathological demand avoidance, but a lot of people prefer pervasive drive for autonomy.
Okay.
So it's hard to explain it shortly. I really wish I could play a video for you. I think that right now, because I need to explain it to you, my brain is having a hard time doing it because it has PDA.
Okay, interesting.
Because it has a pervasive drive for autonomy, and it doesn't have any autonomy in telling you because you asked. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's really stupid. But like stuff like this happens all the time with my friends, and my friends who like know about it. We can like laugh about it, and I'll be like, well, I'm not telling you now because you asked me. And then they'll be like, well, I didn't want to know anyway. And I'll be like, okay, well, here's the tea. So
they know how to speak your language.
Yes,
like, that's
you
so
have
sweet.
to trick me, though. And there are not a lot of people willing to do it. Like,
sure.
I've had to go through a lot of friends, like, and to see the ones who will stick around for this shit, you know? Like, because there are a lot of benefits to me. Like, not only am I entertaining and hilarious, but I also, like, I validate the fuck out of you. Like, if I do something to upset you, my first response is not going to be, well, I wasn't trying. No, it is, oh my God, I am so sorry. I see exactly why you would think that. Like, that makes sense. I did not mean to do that. Like, I was having a moment because most of the time it is me being like jealous because I get really jealous in Fortnite when people have better guns than me.
Oh, okay,
I get really fucking jealous. And I act out on it. So it's like, you know, I take ownership of what I did and how that impacted or could have impacted them. And only like the friends that I have now that we've been through a lot of it, they do that for me. But most people do not do that. They don't validate whatever. If you're upset with them, they're like, I'm upset with you for being upset with me.
Right.
So like just eliminating all of that from my life has been really good. But it's also like knowing that I'm autistic gives me these answers to things about myself of like, what's wrong with me? So it's like, okay, nothing's wrong with me, but I am this way about things. So like, I'm probably not going to get along with certain people who aren't that way about things. And that's fine.
Interesting.
I don't suck because of that. They don't suck because of that. Like, it's just different and it's fine.
Yeah. It just gives you like kind of a map to navigate the world better.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. There's just like this saying of like, knowing if you're autistic or not is like knowing if you're running on a Mac or a Windows system.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. And it's so crazy, like how we all have so many universal experiences as like late. Here's another one. Here's another one. Universal experiences as like autistic people, late diagnosed or early diagnosed, and just having that like sense of community of people to relate to. That right after I got diagnosed was like the best, the most healing, the most validating. It was great.
Mm-hmm. What do you think the biggest misconceptions are about autism or autistic people?
That we can't like be like me, you know, or like RFK thinks like, you know, we ruin families. Like that's the problem has never. Like autism has always been here. The rise in diagnosis is a good thing because it means we have more resources to recognize it. And so all of the money that he's trying to spend and trying to cure it, whatever, he needs to spend that money on resources for our autistic families. Because we just don't have resources. There's no help. The families of autistic people need help. Autistic people aren't ruining the families' lives. They would be fine if y'all would help them, if you would use that money just to help them out. And by helping them out, it's like by just helping make life more enjoyable and easier for everyone. Like that's what our resources should do.
Yeah.
is help make their lives easier, not try to, like, you can't cure it. You can't cure it, man. We don't want to. We like it.
Right.
What
What do you like about it?
I like that I'm a friend that is willing to understand people. Like, I can see where they're coming from. I like that part of it. I like that I am rule bound because then I don't drink and I don't die. I like that I don't know why autistic people are queer, but a lot of them are queer. So I like that. I think that did that, you know? I think the autism did that. I like that. I like that it makes me, like, I like fun stuff, you know? And, like, now that I know I'm autistic, I'm not afraid to wear things and, like, do whatever I want because it's like, people just be like, oh, autistic is fine. You know? So I can just do whatever I want. Now she's autistic, it's okay. Whereas before, maybe they were expecting me to, you know, be in a House of CB dress all the time or something.
Right.
In a bachelor gown. Looking pageant-esque, beautiful.
Yeah.
Which, you know, it's fun. I mean, no hate, no shade to the pageant girls, all right? They got a bed. And the Bachelor producers just feasting on them, on these women that have been exploited for years. Like, can't wait to get our hands on her. Make her cry.
Debbie, I'm obsessed with you. You are fun.
I'm obsessed with you.
And I appreciate you being so open and teaching us a lot. And I feel like it is beautiful that this thing has become a vessel for you to express yourself. I feel like maybe that's the connection. Like for a lot of people, once you figure out you're queer, you're like, oh, okay, I finally figured it out. And then there is so much more room to explore and express yourself. And so maybe that's the link, but whatever it is, I think it's a beautiful thing.
Me too. I love it. I love being in both communities so much. And I feel like the communities are just merging.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Merging.
Do you have advice for anybody who may think they are autistic or queer?
Yeah, I mean, explore it. You know, if you think you're autistic, then just try for like a week of actually like believing it or like at least acting like you believe it. So like treat yourself like an autistic person, like give yourself the grace, the compassion, the tools, whatever that you would give another disabled person. Like give that to yourself, treat yourself like that for a week and see how you feel. And if you feel happier, well, welcome to the club. Come on. You're autistic. You want a cake?
Where can people find you?
Oh, people can find me on Instagram at Demi _not_Lovato. Sorry, I'm looking at her right now. And on TikTok at Demlia, DMLIA. Same with Twitch. I stream Fortnite on there, so you guys should watch me play Fortnite.
I'm going to check it out and watch the new show.
Oh my gosh, watch Got to Get Out. It's so funny. Watch it. Watch it. I mean, I don't know. I don't get anything from you watching it, but actually watch it and talk about me and talk all this shit you would like. Say bad, horrible things about me. I just need people gossiping about me again. They haven't been talking about me at all. Nothing good, nothing bad. So at this point, please start rumors.
We need to get you a board on the L chat. Have you heard of the L chat?
I have no idea what you just said.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you.
A board on the L chat.
I'll tell you about it.
Sounds lesbian.
It is.
Sounds gay.
We need to get the lesbians talking about you.
We absolutely do.
Okay.
1,000,000%. Oh my God. One time when I was like 18 or 19, I got into the Tumblr lesbian group. I just had a couple photos go viral though. Lesbian Tumblr photos go viral. Oh yeah. I've got them on my phone still, don't worry.
Well, there you go.
But yeah. So that was my last time where I really that was the last time that the lesbian community was really talking about me. Well, of course, after the Bachelor thing happened.
Yeah.
But I want them talking about me again. I want them all foaming at the mouth for me. I want them all to know what this sweet puss tastes like. I want them all lined up begging for me, please. But then chill, all right? Don't beg too much. Have some dignity. Get up off the ground.
Okay, we play a game.
Okay.
It's called You Haul or You Ghost.
Okay.
So she's perfect in every way except for this like one little quirk.
Yeah.
You hate her perfume. But this is like her favorite perfume.
I'll just tell her to stop wearing it.
But what if she's like, this is what my mom wore and what my grandmother wore. I want to wear this perfume.
I can't imagine what I could hate so much, but like I gotta you ghost. I can't smell if someone smells. That's I can't.
Yeah, I agree.
Like if I don't like the smell and they that's their favorite perfume, they're gonna smell like it all the time. Bye. Sorry, I'm sensitive to smells.
Yeah, I agree with this one. Yeah. Smells are a big thing.
Okay, I mean maybe it just depends. Like maybe if I don't know. I'd have to smell the perfume because I'm just thinking about just like the most prettiest woman ever. And if she smelled like a certain perfume, like what? Like White Diamond? Like my White Diamond perfume? Okay.
Is that bad?
Well, sorry to all of the women out there who love that perfume, but it is musky, dusty, and smells like it is like the typical, stereotypical grandma perfume.
Oh, yeah. Okay, it's White Diamond.
Yeah, it's the most grandma perfume you'll ever smell. You'll smell it and you'll be hit with grandma and you won't even realize it. Like you'll be like, oh my God, how did they capture my grandma in this bottle? Literally, it smells just like grandma. It's crazy. Am I wrong?
My grandma smells great. I have perfume though.
You have a cool grandma.
My grandma smells great.
Mine's dead. All right, sorry about that one. Fuck. So, I mean, I don't know why I brought up grandmas. I walked into that. I walked right into that. But anyway, yeah, if she smelled like White Diamond, I think that I could talk her out of it. I'm sorry.
I like that. Okay, what about she insists on moving every year?
You ghost. I'm not moving. Forget about it. I want a homestead, you know? Like I want to be somewhere. I want to move into this house. You know what I mean? I want to live here and yeah, be somewhere stable. I can't be moving all the time. No.
Yeah, I agree. That feels young to me.
Yeah, it does feel young. Or like if it's not young, it's unstable.
Yeah, that's fair too.
You know,
I had an ex-boyfriend who had moved a lot, like frequently. Mm-hmm. And now looking back, I'm like, I think that's because he just burns a lot of bridges.
That's exactly what it is. When people say they move a lot, I'm like, yeah, what'd you do? What'd you do this time? But also there are, you know, so I do know some circumstances of like, especially in like the autistic community, like there's a lot of people who struggle with like having to move a lot because of circumstances with landlords. And a lot of the time it is like misunderstandings and like ableism and stuff. So I get it.
Yeah.
That's just going to go there. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
I just like, would I throw that away? Yeah, maybe I'll get it later.
It's perfect there.
All right, thank you.
What about if this is like a very LA specific thing? And I feel like I'm guilty of this because I have it in my Instagram bio. If they have their states listed in the...
That they lived in?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Dude, I've literally lived too many places. Like what? When I was a kid, we moved all over the place. Like, yeah, I would have Washington, like state, then Washington, D.C., then Virginia.
That's too much.
Then
That's
Texas,
already too much.
Then L.A. And then also, do we count where my mom lived? Because then we add New Mexico and Arizona. That is maybe a tenth of the states, not even. How many are there? 50? Yeah. How many did I name? It's fine. It's too many, you know? It's like I would never even think about that. All I have is LA because I'm proud of LA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I have LA at mine too.
I'm so proud to be here.
Yeah, same.
I mean, I worked my butt off being hilarious on The Bachelor to escape the South.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's so interesting to me. I feel like reality TV, it is a vessel for a lot of people to get out of where they are.
Yeah. Yeah, it can be for sure.
Because Matilda and I, we also met on reality TV. She was casting me for a show that she created.
What was it?
And it was a lesbian, like, docufollow, kind of like a lesbian housewives type thing. Mm-hmm. And I think about it and it's like, the contracts you sign for reality TV are fucking crazy, but you're not thinking about that. You're just like,
care.
I don't care. I want to make money and I want to get out.
I don't care at all. I mean,
Yes.
I do. I do now. Now I get to be a little bit more, I can have any kind of say. But in the beginning, no, because you're like, they're going to pick someone else if I say no. Or if I want to change anything, if I have any complaints, they might pick someone else. So I'll just go with it.
Yeah.
And it was fine. I had no like issues. Like, I mean, what? Yeah. Nothing bad came of it.
Yeah.
I actually had a great edit.
Thank y'all for listening to today's episode. As always, help us spread the gay agenda by writing an Apple review, rating us on Spotify, and sharing with everyone you've ever met. And if you haven't yet, join our subscription community, Made It In, for exclusive Made It Out media shows, content, and chat rooms at madeitout.supercast.com. Made It Out is produced by Matilde Jordan and worked on solely by lesbians.
We fall in love fast. She is so hot, but crazy. We will break up soon.